Hey, Kev, it's time to record a new Smodcast.
Fuck off. I'm listening to one of the other great shows on the Smodcast Podcast Network. Scott?
There's so many to choose from.
You damn skippy, there's so many to choose from. I'm on 5 every week myself, man. Hollywood Babylon on Monday, Smodcast with you on Tuesday, Jay and Silent Bob Get Old on Wednesday with Jay Muse, Fat Man on Batman every Thursday, and then I wrap up the week with Edumacation with Andy McElfresh.
There's so many to choose from.
Hell yeah, son, and those aren't the only podcasts. Those are just the ones I'm involved with. What about the podcasts of Smodco that don't feature me, man? Like Tell 'em Steve Dave, Last Week on Earth with Ben Glebe, I Sell Comics with Ming and Mike.
There's so many to choose from.
Hey, man, there's also Film School Fridays or Netheads or Get Up on This, Team Jack.
There's so many to choose from.
The Breaks, man. Waking from the American Dream. Bagged and Boarded. Phoebe. Soundbite Nation. These are all the shows you could be listening to over at smodcast.com, Scott.
There's so many to choose from.
And if audio's not enough for you, man, if you're just like, no, I want the thick dick of video as well, man, well, you can go to our YouTube channel, which is C-Smod, or you can watch Comic Book Men, our show on AMC, following The Walking Dead and The Talking Dead every Sunday night.
There's so many to choose from.
That's right, Scott. There are so many to choose from. So get choosing, kids. Go to smodcast.com. Start getting picky, man. Stick these sweet, sweet oral sounds into your ear pussies.
There's so many to choose from.
You said that already.
There's so many to choose from.
I consider comic book men high art.
I don't consider Impractical Jokers art.
That ain't the piano man I used to listen to.
Not me. Can't you hit the highs, Billy? Hang it up, Billy!
Tell him, Steve Dave.
Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Tell 'em Steve Dave, number 199.
Nice.
On the cusp of a historical pod.
People are looking at fearing that we were looking ahead to 200, and this episode will be, you know, the kind of trap episode where you like that's what they use in sports.
Time filler.
We're looking, they're looking ahead to the big game, and maybe they keep their eye off the ball and they lose.
That's what they do, huh?
And could we lose episode 199 and then lose all the fans and then they don't come back for 200?
Oh, man.
Or fans? Fans. Oh, see, I lost them. I lost them. I said fans. We lose the listeners.
You sound like the Zen librarian now. It was brought to my attention that she calls the listeners fans.
Really?
It's like I received a text. It's like, what the fuck? Even you guys call them listeners. Suddenly she has fans.
I begged the ants for mercy for my faux pas right there by calling them.
Nice French.
You're making a
I feel like Morticia. You know?
Public apology right now.
But I also will say this though: there's not a chance we're looking ahead. We got some fucking primo stuff.
Yeah.
This episode, we got the introduction of Q's. The new weekly bit.
That's right. Spotlight on women's
I want to
rights.
put that one. I want to put that one as the finale of this week.
Okay.
I think people will stay tuned and they won't turn off the pod or scrub it, as they say,
Right.
to get because. This they could scrub it if it's at the end.
You don't know where it's going.
Nothing hooks people in like a discussion of women's rights.
This is your
fucking
3 white.
Oh, I'm not gonna. There's no guarantee I'll even be commenting after you after you speak.
Well, let's remember, the purpose of this feature is to put a spotlight on actual things that affect women and their rights today, not 3 dickheads talking on a podcast.
I thought it was like an Andy Rooney type thing.
No.
Where he's like, what's with these women?
No, it's not anti-woman. It's pro-women. It's pro. We have a large female, listenership, but we have many, many males who might not be aware of certain things going on with women, and in the
They might be ignorant.
There might be
on what is up in the women's
exactly
issues.
And these males who listen to our show, intelligent men, might be confused as to what's really important to women, given that we hear bitching about stupid jokes that we say and stupid shit on Twitter, and I thought it'd be nice to remind them that hey, like there are actual problems facing women today, and I'd like to spotlight on that.
Nice.
Wow, there's a lot of pressure. Yeah, because I almost want to watch you crash and burn. Like,
crash and burn.
People will be like, seriously, you think we didn't know about this?
No. Obviously, I just think that for people to come after you for a tweet about Game of Thrones and to waste their time going after you for a Game of Thrones tweet, that's a person who's misinformed on where to spend their energy, and I figured I'd help them out.
Okay.
That's all.
All right.
Yeah, it's positive.
Going to educate them a little.
And I'm not putting my stamp on it.
You're dropping knowledge.
Just going to report what I found.
Okay.
That's all. Okay.
I love it.
Yeah, fair and unbalanced, just like Fox News.
Mm-hmm. Everybody's working on episode 200, getting stuff ready.
Are they ever?
Some stuff ready, Walt? I know you are.
Well, I'm done.
You have an elf, I understand.
An elf?
Yeah,
I have an elf that helps. A magical sprite that comes and digitally helps, and with words of encouragement and just bounces. We throw shit against the wall, the digital wall, to see what'll stick.
Oh, I'm not talking about that elf. I was talking about your toothless elf from Collinswood.
But I've heard that Ming Chen is done with his rap already.
Really?
Whoa.
Yes. And
That tells me he went for the easy stuff.
No, he is. He said he's done, and it's almost like
What rhymes with mush dick?
it's almost like the scientists who created the atom bomb. Now they're regretting because he says it's like it could be nuclear
Oh, God.
if he drops it.
Right. So he hasn't even decided yet.
It could
could be
change the landscape.
He has the launch codes, but he doesn't know if he's typing them in.
He doesn't know what to do. He says it's so nuclear it'll change the landscape of both Tell 'em Steve Dave, I Sell Comics, and the podcasting world forever.
Oh my God.
That's what he said. And I was dumbfounded when he said it because I was like, "What?" And he goes, "I don't know if what I wrote can be read aloud." He goes, "Without altering history." He said,
Wow.
"Them's fighting
He's become
words."
the master of hyperbole, man. Jesus
He didn't
Christ.
say any of that shit. No, he did. No, he did. He did say that he was concerned. He was concerned if he read his rap as he originally wrote it, if he would make it out alive. He said he doesn't know how you would react. He said it's that inflammatory.
What could he say? The only topic I think he could go after that would get you that pissed would be Sage.
No, I don't even think that would get me.
No?
Mad. Nah.
That's it. Other than that, I can't think of anything.
Maybe issues.
I
with
think
Suzanne in the past,
let's be honest,
you know?
Q. I don't know if you were watching Bry's face when round one Pod Wars. He looked like Mike Tyson facing Buster Douglas. He had no. I don't think he expected the ferocity or the low blows, or not the low blows, but I don't think he felt.
I almost bit Ming's ear off.
I don't think he realized. I don't think he was in store, and I think he was a little taken aback. I don't think he's going to make the same mistake again. Could you admit that? I saw your face. You were a little bit like, "Whoa! I can't believe he went with the fat pants joke."
I thought I actually said this to Suzanne the other day.
But I think you were
Put
taken
your fat
aback.
boy pants on. That made me laugh.
Made you laugh, but I think it was a bit of like, wow. I'm surprised he went that. Like I said, I'm surprised he went hardcore. No. But I don't think anybody.
How do you know?
Were they on a special podcast? When you had to buy or something like that?
No, it was on Pod Wars, and I thought we would play. We would play both raps. We'll drop them in on episode 200 to give a refresher, so no one has to go back and try to find it.
So there's no rules. You're saying no rules.
Oh,
Just
no.
the content.
No rule. I want it like you're going to be judged upon ferocity. Mm-hmm. The way you speak it, which would be, I guess, your form.
My flow,
your form, and then you'll also be on how your partners deliver it.
Well, I feel good though because I have two guys from Shaolin on my team.
Sure, I thought I did pretty good in the rap.
You did.
last
You
time.
did.
Yeah, a lot of people like your form.
But here's well, I won't get into it now. But just to say, just tune in next week.
Yeah.
But let's not. But what about this week?
You're right.
Let's not talk about what we're going to do.
Let's just do something.
People are
now.
too used to that.
Can I discuss the footage I've seen for the Claymation movie? Is that?
I wish you would because I can't see it. I can't view it. Every time I try to click on it, I get like a bad signal.
You want me to call it up my computer?
Later, after we're done. But you could talk about it right now.
I mean, he's sending about a minute tonight.
All right.
But what I saw the other day was, I think, 15 seconds. And
You're blown away.
It's what we want it to be. It's exactly what we want it to be.
On a level of that like surpasses your expectation.
I mean, I'd have to say yes because I wanted to feel like I felt. I wanted to feel blown away.
Magic.
And it was there, man.
Nice.
And especially it was pages that I had written, so it's like it's even better to see.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah,
That's-
like you know what's going on and why he's doing it, and like at one point he puts on a sad face, and I'm like, oh, he nailed it. Like it was
nice.
great.
So
It was
happy
great.
to hear it.
So tonight we're getting about a minute of it.
At this rate, we may have to push back the expected release date to probably 2019. But
no, I think he's rolling now. I think
he's rolling?
Yeah,
All right.
according to his last email.
I know he had a toothache that put him put him in bed for a couple days.
Yeah, actually, Stacey.
I was like, we ain't paying this fucker to fucking wrap a napkin around his head.
Put some clove oil on his tooth.
It's like tie a string around that fucking rotten tooth and put it on a doorknob and let's go.
Stacey was very concerned by the toothache.
Was she really? I was just joking around. Are you serious?
She was like, I don't know what to do. She's like, Johnson doesn't send me any scripts. She's like, no, I'm getting toothache excuses from Mr. Oz. She's like, I don't know what to do.
Drive him to the dentist. That's what you got to do.
That would have been perfect if that's what you told her. Perfect.
If I'd said it all amount of cold, I was like, what should I do? I was like, what do you mean? Fucking drive him to the dentist. Click.
I think she would, if you said it or I said it, she would be like, really? If he said it? I think
I drive him to the dentist.
you got to go to Baltimore.
Knocking on random doors. He doesn't know where he lives.
Are you Mr. Oz?
The worst part of Baltimore.
No. He's not the only one rolling. I talked to Q last night. I said after this this blood, this infusion and all this other shit.
You've got a lot of blood in you?
Not a lot, but more than
You're more than halfway full?
Yeah.
And
My tank
made
is
a
like
difference, huh?
My tank, I would say now is probably
3/4
2/3.
Okay.
Yeah, 2/3. And they say that it's going to, I have another appointment in 2 months. They say it'll continue to go up.
Can't you? Is it against the law for you just to keep blood at your house that you need on
Like a vampire?
or on like an emergency basis?
Probably, since they wouldn't even give it to me there.
Right.
Because I told them, I said, isn't there any way you can just give people blood that are, and he said there's a host of other problems that go along with it or whatever.
In your fridge when you need it and just...
Yeah, like, Suzanne, while you're up, could you get me a bag of blood and an IV?
But you've been rolling now, you're cooking?
A little bit, yeah.
This is still the 2-minute thing that we're waiting on for.
It's 10 pages, so I gotta trim it a little bit.
The trailer's 10 pages?
Yeah.
Holy
It's
shit. Do you know what a movie trailer is?
Yeah, I do.
It's supposed to be 2 minutes long at tops.
I know. It's tough. So I'm trimming it down little by little. Had a discussion. I mean, I've been emailing back and forth with our man at Dynamite, talking about potential upcoming projects.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. We have a phone conference later this week.
Oh, nice.
Something else is going on. I can't remember what. But anyway, yeah. I don't know. I'm starting to feel a little bit different. And then I get my balls.
Fondled?
Give him a little.
Renewed?
A little.
We got him out.
A little jump start. Yeah.
Because you got some blood in you. You were able to get.
No.
Johnson
I'm
and
talking
his,
about
and his two friends out. Some sunlight.
I wish. Yeah.
Just go to the beach and sun your balls.
Monday, I go for the that testo pellet stuff.
Oh, that's the incision in your back.
I think it's like in your hip right here, like somewhere around there. Yeah, and then they put the I actually didn't look. I don't look it up right now while we're talking. I got to find out how long it takes
for the pellets to melt in your bloodstream and start to
make a difference. From what I understand, though, it's like I'm not the only one that's curious about that. For some reason, there's a podcast that's almost exclusively dedicated to my
your lack of
nuts and testosterone and all this other stuff. Yeah,
it's like a men's health podcast or something.
No, it's Ming Chen and the Zen Librarian.
That's all they're talking about.
I didn't hear it.
I mean, when you do a podcast and it's only about somebody else's podcast
every week.
That's sad.
Every week, yeah.
That's a little sad. Mm-hmm. That's like the little redheaded stepchild. Then,
kinda.
Is that PC still?
Little redheaded stepchild? I don't know.
For the moment,
say it while you can.
As long as it's a male.
It's a white redheaded stepchild.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, all right, cool. I can still use it.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
Say
where that comes from.
Say it before they take it away from us. I'll look it up. But yeah, evidently they talked about it quite a bit. In addition to
let's be fair.
The GoFundMe and all that other stuff.
Let's be fair.
Okay.
You take at every opportunity that you see, you will take a poke, a playful poke, or a little ribbing at them. So I mean, you cannot sit there and not wonder why are they going after you.
I'm not wondering why. I'm wondering why so much? It's just like after a while, it's not that funny.
If you view your Twitter feed, it's all about Ming and the Zen Librarian. So
who, mine?
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here. I talk about all kinds of stuff. I've been arguing with people lately. Where did the phrase, beat you like a redheaded stepchild. Mm-hmm. Beat you like a rented mule. I'm trying to figure out where this comes from.
It's got to be from England, right? Because they have that anti-ginger thing over there.
Yeah.
Still?
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think
I thought that was your adopted homeland, man. I thought they were progressive like us.
They are not. No, I don't think they are. I think they're kind of old-fashioned over there and
Ig'nant.
We have a title for this episode anyway.
If nothing else. Did you? I'm not seeing anything here. Did you see on online the beating? It was I think it's Trinidad. Some lady in Trinidad. Her daughter's 12, and her daughter put pictures of herself on MySpace, and it was very general. It said she was in her underwear.
That's still around MySpace?
No, what did I say? MySpace, Facebook.
Yeah,
sorry, Facebook. And so the woman was upset, of course, and
what kind of pictures were they?
It just
Salacious?
said it's just salacious. I don't think so. I mean, how salacious could a 12-year-old be?
Lasacious.
That was actually the girl's name, the black chick, Lasacious. No, I mean, maybe it was her bra or whatever.
Oh, so they were pictures that you should not post.
I don't know. A 12-year-old certainly shouldn't be posting anything salacious or sexy. Yeah,
really
at all without her parents' permission. But this woman's, for whatever reason, recorded herself, on her phone, beating this girl with a belt.
Oh my god!
And then put it up online, and I guess maybe to further shame her. I don't know. It's Trinidad, so who knows? What
Trinidad.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with those guys. But she said she doesn't care if she goes to jail. This girl deserved it because, she needs to be taught not to do stuff like that. This is what the mom says. And I was surprised because all the way the climate is today, I was surprised, but there were so many comments of kids today need this kind of ass kicking. Kids today, blah, blah, blah. People were actually in support of it. I found.
You think we're in a reap what you sow part of the cycle right now, where people are now dealing with these fucking kids running wild?
Possibly you're getting to that point because kids have been handled with such kid gloves, no pun intended, I guess, that now it's there's this entire generation of the narcissistic, entitled generation, which actually leads me to something I need to ask Judge Flanagan. It's a GoFundMe. You're familiar with it. We've talked about it before. Yes. It has nothing to do with that, though.
He's back on?
Has he raised any money for that yet, or no?
I don't think so. I mean, I don't know. I haven't looked at it in a while.
Okay, this is something different.
This is something different, yeah. I go to there's a coffee shop down the street from where I live, so last couple of days I started going there, working every day and stuff, and I saw that this girl put up this thing on GoFundMe. She's wants to start a business, a crocheting business, and I went and looked at it. Jumped around to a couple different projects and stuff. And one I really felt like if somebody's asking strangers for money for a business, does it strike you as like, well, you're not the Henry Ford type, you're not the Steve Jobs type. Like people who want to start their own business go and do it themselves. They don't ask strangers for money.
But it's a different world now, though. Now
why is it that you
because
can? But
now
you can,
with the advent of the internet, entrepreneur takes on a whole new meaning now because there is no shortage of avenues to look at that Ford didn't have. He couldn't go on and have the same type of doors open to him that people have today with the internet.
But does it make
does it take it away?
Is it a lazier person though? That's like
as long as you're working towards what you want to do. What does it matter how you got there?
Doesn't matter the avenue.
As long as it's legal.
The good ideas will still rise to the top anyway.
Yes. And bad ideas will sink to the bottom.
And if you donate to one of those bad ideas, well, a fool and their money will soon part it anyway, right?
There you go. Look at you, man.
A lot of throwing out all the cliches tonight.
So trite. But this is what really. I'll see how you feel about this. When you go on the first page, it's like the more popular. The homepage. It's the more popular project stuff.
Ones that are getting a lot of traffic.
Right, and mostly it's for people that are sick. There's like a 6-month-old little kid who has cancer.
Right.
There's this guy who I'm looking at him right here. He was driving a truck and he accidentally hit a little kid, so he got out to see if he was okay. And a bunch of people jumped him and started kicking the shit out of him, and now he's beaten within an inch of his life.
He wants money?
He needs money for his medical bills?
I guess so, yeah. He didn't have health insurance, and there's
I wouldn't say how I got beat up. I would just say how I got beat up. If I was looking for sympathy, I wouldn't have said that I hit a kid, even though you may not have been your fault.
Well, the kid, it wasn't his fault. The kid,
I
remember this.
To check
I think
on
this
him,
was
but
you know what happened with John Gaddy's kid?
Oh yeah.
Gotti,
that guy disappeared, right?
Yeah. And it wasn't his fault.
Right.
That guy disappeared anyway.
That would suck. But then I come across, and I'm not going to give the name. I don't, this isn't the reason. I'm not looking to shame this fool. This is shameful enough. But so this kid, I believe, he looks like he's maybe 20 or 21. Okay, and this is his project. He's trying to raise $15,000, and this is what he says. I am seeking a way to pay off past debt that I acquired from spending and other mistakes. I am currently running a startup business, and my focus is going full-time towards this so I can have a brighter future. The only way I can have peace of mind is by knowing I will be able to pay off my debt. My company will provide Americans with jobs, and when things take off, God willing, I will be able to help out others in need because I know what it's like being in the position for 2 years running. God bless you all. Now, this is...
That's lunacy.
And then of course he has to attach the fucking sad sack photo.
What is he, 10?
I think he's 20, 21. But my feeling was one, how the fuck do you go to that GoFundMe page or whatever it is, see little kids like a baby who doesn't have who needs severe or a huge amount of health care and say okay, well,
what
I don't feel scummy.
This is the equivalent of people who went west and started digging for gold. They think the internet is going to be their gold. They're going to go viral. This is going to get picked up.
It could be. It could go viral if
now
you fucking announce him.
If it has anything to do with you, since you brought it up. But and people will donate to him. He'll get out of debt, and it'll be and it'll be some that's what people today have been brainwashed into thinking that I'll go on the internet and it'll solve all my problems.
You would think that the tech bubble back in the 90s, early 2000s, that would have cured people of that belief because I don't think people think like, oh, I'll just go on the internet, I'll start a site, and I'll be fucking super
Oh,
rich.
this guy. No, I'm talking about this guy just going like, I'll ask for donations. And it'll work.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know who the fuck he expects to just give him money.
How much has he got right now?
Have any?
He's $300, $50 from somebody who identifies themselves as their cousin.
It's his cousin who gave him money.
Yeah, and then one with the same last name as him, and then a $200 anonymous one. He's $305 total after 30 days.
That's $305 more than he really should have, man.
Yeah, it really is.
It really is gross.
It's just like, dude, like you fucking made the mistakes. You spent the money.
Right.
Go fucking
You
work.
needed a fucking new iPod. You needed your iPhone 6 or whatever it is, and you needed the fucking Blitzy.
You're still talking about him, right?
the Blitzy fucking case that comes with it with all the bling on it.
Yeah.
And everything.
Gizmos and gadgets.
Yeah, you needed the newest fucking fashion craze.
Yep.
When I was 27, I was about $11,000 in debt on my credit card, and I was fucking panicked, man.
Really?
And I worked my way out of it.
Panic because you thought what was going to happen to you?
How am I ever going to pay this? It just kept going up.
How did you get in such a hole? What were you doing?
I'm not fucking working enough. I'll tell you that. I was just going
Were
out
you
and spending money.
yeah.
I bought shit. I did
That what every
fucking
person
idiot,
that
every-
age does is
yeah.
like, I'll just put it on my credit card and
Yeah.
don't worry about it later.
That's it. And then every day for a year, I woke up and I was like, I just felt like,
It makes you feel sick.
yeah, it's
Mm-hmm.
like hopeless dread. Like, how the fuck am I going to get out of this? And then it comes down to like,
I'll just go on TV.
I'll tell a joke.
An impractical joke.
no, it came down to just like partly working for this fucking fool in the merchandise thing. like, you know what I mean? And just saying like, I got to fucking
Change my ways.
I have to change my ways.
And you did.
And the day that I finally paid it off, and it took a long time, I've never carried, this was 10 years ago, I've never carried credit card debt from month to month again ever. I won't do it.
The
Because
day you paid it off, and what did you feel like?
It was like, it felt like
it the best
like
day
I
of your
had
life?
just ran 3 triathlons in a row. Like I had just fucking climbed a mountain. Like I had just
He
succeeded.
told me to suck his dick and walked out of the job.
Do you subscribe to the theory that credit card companies are evil?
No,
No.
I don't.
Why not?
Because,
Do they take advantage of young fools like you?
how though? Like no, because you know what? No, not by the one. Yeah, because
I was being kind.
well, I built it up like in my 20s. Like 27 is where I found myself. You know what I mean?
The fine print isn't too fine. You don't think?
I don't think so. Like everybody. I think it would be smart for high schools to add a course, like maybe drop the home
Financial
shit,
management.
and-
Yeah,
and
I
add a
think you're
financial
right.
management course to teach these kids how to handle this shit. Because I was lucky. Like, could you imagine? Like, you're in that, and then you got married at 25, and your wife is in that as well, and then you have kids, and then you
What are
have
you talking
a house.
about? Can you imagine that? It's what's going on right now.
That's what
So
I'm
many
saying.
people have fallen into this trap. Some not by, and I don't want to say that it's all by going out and having a good time. Somebody they just, hey man, the refrigerator broke, put it on the card.
Yep.
Oh my god, the muffler gone. I got to get a new muffler, and these things start to add up, and you can't get out from underneath it. Should credit card companies not be able to charge those ridiculous inflation rates, or not credit?
It's like some of them.
rates?
It's almost like usury. It's like 28%. It's fucking crazy.
But I mean, when does personal responsibility come into it?
Well, like you say that, I think some people just don't understand. They don't get it. Like they don't have the
Yeah, but
ability
ignorance
to.
is not an excuse. You have to fucking like it wasn't for me, and you have to fucking figure it out.
But it may not always be a case of ignorance. It may just be like I have no other options. I got to put it on a credit card.
The other day,
I got to go to the kid to the doctor.
my trap in my basement flooded. I had sewage in it.
Mm-hmm.
I had to get someone to come and snake it. It added up to like $550, and I was like,
He shit it out right into the guy's hand.
Are you seriously telling me that how does this analogy to like people who like
No, I'm saying if I didn't have the job,
Somebody who's like, I don't know. I mean, I don't have enough money for a refrigerator unless I put it on the card.
that's what I'm saying. You fucking idiots. What I'm saying is, like, if I didn't have the money, if I had a zero balance,
right,
and suddenly I had to get hit with $50 to get sewage,
you've got to get it. You've got to get it done. There's no choice.
There's no option in it.
Right.
So it's just like, to me, I had that thought
when
I made him.
It's not like you're victimized, but you're in a rock between a rock and a hard place, and a lot of people are, man. And credit card companies, I don't know. I'm not a big fan.
I think they do take advantage.
Oh yeah.
They take advantage of people's ignorance.
I'm not talking about people who I'm only giving those people who truly use their credit cards for like when there's no other hope. They have no other options. Not because you want to go see fucking Justin Timberlake, and then you want to go get tickets to him, and then you want to go to a limo. I mean limbo. Then you want to go in a limo, and you want and you put it all in a credit card. I'm not talking about that.
Right.
But I'm talking about those people who
they lose their job and then desperately month to month they're like, fuck, what am I going to do?
And so maybe only a certain credit card company will allow them to charge on it anymore, because they burn one credit card, they can't use that one anymore. They go to the one that's now like you said, 28%.
Yeah. This kid also, like, the other thing with me with this guy, like, one, dude, fucking stop begging and go get a job and pay off, like, learn from your mistake. The second thing was, fuck you and I'm going to give Americans jobs. Fuck you.
Well, I mean, he's got to say that.
George Washington, motherfucker.
He's got to sing and dance a little bit, right?
And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to confess, I'm going to cop to something I probably shouldn't because it's going to. I'm
going to get a call later on. Cut that shit out.
No, because if I do have a certain image, but I was where you were.
Really?
I was where you were before I got married, and about a year before I got married, my wife said, "You have not as big as where you were," and mine was I had like a $6,000 in the hole to JCPenney.
The fuck did you buy?
It was the only credit card I had. I bought everything at JCPenney's.
Pair of jeans for every day of the year.
Pocketed mom jeans and shit.
It was the only credit card company that would give me a credit card. It was JCPenney. So everything that I bought was at JCPenney's. Like at Christmas time, I'd buy everybody's Christmas presents at JCPenney's.
Merry Christmas.
You'd be surprised. You could get a lot of shit.
They have a
ton
of shit. Yeah.
They do have a lot of stuff there, and I rang up like $6,000 worth of debt. And my wife, my bride to be, was like, she sat me down. She's like,
JCPenney's.
I had to rethink this engagement thing.
Macy's, I can understand.
It's like one step over Kmart. I owe $6,000 to Kmart.
Let's cut this out then. But she sat me down. She's like, "We're gonna get a payment. You're gonna get a payment plan going. You're gonna pay this off." And boom, I was done.
How long did it take?
About close to a year.
Yeah, Jill. You both know Jill, my ex-girlfriend. When she got out of college, she had student loans to the tune of like $15,000, and then another $6,000 in credit card debt. She got a job at an animal hospital, and then as a college graduate, 4 nights a week, delivered for Domino's.
Right.
Because she really wanted to pay it down. And that's what she did for took about a year, maybe a little bit longer. And that's what this fucking asshole needs to do, as opposed to just run around, just go online and be like, I made mistakes. Now you strangers pay for them.
Bail me out.
Yeah. Not to mention, it's just so you're going to start a business. You can't fucking, why would I trust you with finances and your business? Why would I put any faith in that,
If you were, and it's easier said than done when I'm a single guy. But I didn't even go get another job.
No?
I just started to spend.
Management.
Yeah, right. Money management.
Money management.
I didn't have to go get another job. I just started spending more wisely.
That's great.
Look at you, man. Watch Walt Flanagan.
Oh.
can learn a thing or two.
Like in J.C. Penney's, I didn't shop there for a long time. There was a
They thought you
stint.
died.
They almost went out of business. Like, that was half their fucking yearly profits right there.
Investors jumping off the roof and shit.
It took a long time to go back in there, because to get back on, to beat the devil,
Right.
to go back in there and actually buy something in there again, but I could go in there and buy it.
Like, I want a bathrobe so bad.
Well, yeah.
We interrupt this podcast for late break. Just kidding. Commercials.
Hey, it's Bri here, and I'm with my two buddies, Seiji and Scarlett. Say hi, girls.
Hi.
And we're here to tell you about what? HuluPlus.com. Do you know what HuluPlus.com is, Scarlett? You do?
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever use it?
Yeah.
It's awesome, right?
Mm-hmm.
It is awesome, right, Seiji? All you need to do is go to HuluPlus.com/TESD and pay $7.99 a month. Get the first 2 weeks for free. And from then on, you watch TV on your terms, Scarlett. On your terms, Seiji. And isn't that what all the kids want?
Can we paint?
You can paint after we get done with this commercial. But first we gotta tell the people, otherwise they won't know. And they'll have to watch regular TV. They won't be able to watch it on their computers or their tablets or some other device.
Hi, I love you. I wanna paint and stuff. Hi.
Stuff? Alright. Well, first let's tell them one more time. HuluPlus.com/TESD, $7.99 a month, 2 weeks free. And there are tons and tons of TV shows that you can get on there. You can watch them on your tablet, your TV, your regular computer, wherever you want to watch. It's up to you. On a phone.
I wanna watch TV on my phone. That's cool.
Tell him, Steve Dave.
Loyal Ants unite. Let us follow our queen ant.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
King Ant?
Okay.
In any case, follow him on Twitter at TellHimSteveDave.
Do you guys want to talk about NatureBox.com?
Yeah.
Of course you do. NatureBox.com/TESD. And they're going to send you free, well, they're going to ship it for free anyway. Free snacks.
Hi, free snacks. I want free snacks.
You want free snacks, AG?
Yes.
Of course you do. Well, they're not exactly going to send you free snacks, but they're going to ship it for free.
Hi, I'm Scarlett, and I know for the pie. I'm gonna come. The tea is gonna come.
NatureBox.com/TESD? Very good. They're going to give they're going to give you 50% off your first order, and they're going to ship it for free.
And a free daughter.
And they have all kinds
This
of
is
natural.
my daughter and this daughter too.
I'm your daughter?
I know.
Oh, she's going crazy. What are we going to do, Seiji?
I can't come.
Just talk about NatureBox.com? That's a good idea. We'll tell them anyway. Go to NatureBox.com/TESD, and there's all kinds of good snacks. All right, what I'm trying to tell you people, now that these two are away, NatureBox.com/TESD. They're going to knock 50% off your first order, and they're going to ship it for free. After that, come on, how much do you want out of them? Good snacks, healthy stuff, not the garbage you find in vending machines and all that shit. You don't want to blow up and look like me. Let's not be silly.
That should do it for the ads. And now back to the show.
And there was much rejoicing.
Oh, I remember what the other thing was. Super director Brian Michelle from Comic Book Men. I was talking to him about an idea.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I came up with something today. We were talking about it. I think you'll like it.
Nice. So you're firing on all pistons. It's
Let's say I have,
more so than you ever have been.
Am I a 4-cylinder, 6-cylinder, 8-cylinder right now? 6.
You're a Volt.
6-cylinder.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. My Jeep's a 6.
I'm like one of those little smart cars. I swear to God, every time I know that they're good for the environment, I just want to push them over.
Yeah.
They're just so stupid looking.
I went to see Sebastian Bach play.
Wow.
Oh, with our boy,
Yeah.
Tommy Walker.
Where at?
At BB King's in Manhattan. I'm going.
Sweet Fix.
Sweet Fix opens from, yes. That
Is he
correct.
still with the girlfriend? Did you see her there?
I didn't see her there. But I did see Stacey Patella running up the stage trying to fucking reach for him.
Reach for Sebastian?
Yeah.
Wow.
She's still got it. He was. This is actually the third time I've seen him in the past few years.
Can you remember?
No, I didn't say hi or anything like that.
Oh, okay.
I was just in the audience. But he, wow. this is the first time I hate to say it because I genuinely like him. I like the stories that you've told me about him. Like the times I've met him, he was nice. They were off, man.
Right.
They were off.
Really?
He had to stop songs several times to like re-pitch keys and stuff like that, and he wasn't hitting the notes. This was the fucking best. I couldn't wait to talk to you about this. He wasn't quite hitting the notes, but his guitarist was, and he got annoyed at the guitarist and told him to stop on stage.
To stop singing?
To stop, like, you know, when he goes that,
Yeah.
his guitarist was doing it, but overdoing it, like overshadowing him.
Ooh.
And he kept shooting him dirty looks, and then finally he went over and he just starts going like this. Bring it down, bring it down.
Huh. In front of everybody.
In front of everybody.
Wow.
Now, and then he was just like, I'm a little bit rusty. And I sat there and I was like,
You can't say that.
why the fuck didn't you charge rusty prices? Because I paid for fucking
Expensive,
top notch.
right?
Yeah, it was not
You
cheap.
could have gotten in for free. Sweet Fix would have gotten you in. No doubt.
You know, though, I don't like to.
You wouldn't want Walt to find out.
Really, if I had known, I would have asked, but I forgot. Yeah, I was a little upset. I was a little like, I was sad.
But you know what? I mean, he's definitely on the other side of rock star age. I mean, that happens with all singers. They lose their voice gets shot from years of performing.
Absolutely, but then
it happens to all of us.
Well,
Right, so
if
hang it
you
up.
see, like sometimes when you see rock stars and shit, like like I've seen them sing in a lower register so that they can hit that note,
That's
but
what
just
Billy
like
Joel-
an octave down or something.
Billy
you
Joel
know?
does that now. He changed his whole concert to a lower key.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, but he's open about it. He's like, "Look, I'm fucking 66. Like,
yeah.
you want to hear Piano Man or not?" But
That ain't the Piano Man I used to listen to.
not me. I
Can't you hit the highs, Billy?
hang it up, Billy. I just bought tickets to see him at Madison Square Garden, like really good seats too.
Billy
So-
Joel, huh?
Take it down a notch on the ticket price, why don't you?
You're rusty. Charge rusty prices.
I got shit in my basement, Billy.
I paid cash money for these tickets, Billy. I fucked up when I was 27. Never again. Let's see. A new touring guitarist for Sebastian Bach after he fired Nick Sterling.
When did he fire him? Tell me it was this week.
No, it was. Seems like it was last summer. For some reason, it appears that the guy caused him to miss a TV appearance.
Really?
Does he do all the old
No,
Skid Row
that
stuff?
was the other fucking
He
issue.
didn't do any Skid Row.
No, he did 3 Skid Row songs,
the
and
most
then the
well-known.
rest, he's got a new album coming out, and he played all new shit.
18 of Life was what was he had to sing that, right?
He did.
If he wants,
he did
if he
18.
wants any of that, a fucking 50-year-old pussy that's in the audience, he's got to fucking
Like
sing
Stacey
18.
Patola.
If he wants to go home with somebody, if he wants to go home with somebody, he's got to sing
Yeah,
18
he did
of Life.
18. He did Youth Gone Wild, which was
There you go. That's all he needs to sing, bro. That's it.
But he forgot the words for it.
That's all. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. And then he did.
The girls, all the ladies or the women that are in the audience, they
filled it in.
They fill it in.
He started doing I'll Remember You, and the audience wasn't energetic.
I'll remember you.
I don't know.
I don't remember. Yeah, that was a hit for him.
It was like one of his big
Okay.
ones. And the audience wasn't as into it as he would have liked, so he stopped the song. And like
He's a rock star, man. He'll stop it and
yeah,
fucking
but he was
dress
just
down
like,
the
"What's
audience.
up with you people? Like this
That's
is the
Axl
biggest
Rose
song."
shit.
Yeah, but he was still. I will say this: still friendly, still very personable. Like he didn't come off like a dickhead. He just.
Oh, really?
No, he didn't.
Okay. Trying to say in case you see him.
Yeah, I don't care what Sebastian Bach thinks about what I think.
Hi, Sebastian. Let's see.
Oh, yeah. I
He
remember.
berated the audience for not being into it, but he did come off as nice though. Still, he seemed like
Did you have your lighter out when he was singing this? They don't do lighters anymore, right? You had to put your cell phone on, right?
yeah.
Did you do it?
No, I didn't do it.
Oh, that's why he was fucking talking to you. You were one of the offenders then.
That was one of the problems.
God, he looks like a girl. Didn't your sister meet him, Sebastian Bach? I seem to remember you guys being at a food store and
Yeah. He was. She was looking at magazines, and he was looking at the Rockstar magazines at the time.
and he was in it.
And he was he was looking at magazines of himself. And it was a Pathmark in
It's like if
Freehold.
Ming were a rock star.
If there was a podcast magazine.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
Speaking of musicians, can I just say one person I did meet?
Another
You met another
fucking dude,
musician
man.
there? Wow.
I just want to name drop, even though I don't remember their names. The people who did the Tell 'em Steve Dave Christmas songs
yeah?
came to the show in London.
Oh.
And
How are they?
could not be nicer. She is stunningly beautiful.
They're married or they're
I
boyfriend
don't know what their
girlfriend?
deal is, but I pulled him aside. I was like, you should write a book. Because
How the fuck did you get her, you ugly
yeah.
fuck?
Nah, I wouldn't say ugly fuck. But like if you held them side by side, you would not be. I was like, he wasn't ugly. I don't want to paint it like he was not attractive. He was. Just, she was really attractive.
Out of his league, as they say.
Out of my league, she was like really good looking. And I was like, wow. I was like, and talented because she sang those songs. So.
You fell in love?
Yeah, a little bit, but they were really nice, man. Really nice people. Yeah, I like talking to them a bit, and I wish I remember their names, but I can't. Sorry.
Wow.
And they're excited to be doing some more songs for us. That's true, right?
That's true.
Yeah, they're really excited. So that's good.
They're talented, and I was blown away by their talent.
Yeah, yeah. If you haven't heard it, the Christmas episode is still for sale. I would suggest, maybe give yourself a little.
Hey, and the person who sent in an embroidered, we
needlepoint?
never ask for anything.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
That is so awesome. Yeah. Can you tweet Brian? Where do you tweet Brian at?
At Tell 'em Steve Dave. TELLEM.
Yeah, if you're the
Steve
person
Dave.
who sent that embroidered thing in, Brian, get their information for me. I may want to do some more.
They might be getting a Sunday Jeff tattoo.
They might be getting Sunday Jeff tattoo. That was one of the nicest and most stunning pieces of fan art that we've ever. It's
really
received.
different.
It's
yeah.
awesome.
And sitting right behind it is my portrait that I actually heard a little bit of their show, Zen Librarian and Ming, and they are begging for this person to do portraits of them so they can hang them here as well. Will the Zen Librarian hang her portrait in your store?
It'll hang in fucking Ming's office. That's
Inside
the only place
the
it'll hang, or in his fucking bathroom stall.
He wants her, right?
I'm not talking about that.
All right.
He wants her.
Yeah. Because once I get this, once this testo pellet takes effect,
Right.
I'm thinking about banging her.
Really?
Yeah.
Take that out.
No,
Take that out.
just to take it away from him.
Q.
There's a lot of women's rights.
I would
issues
take
in
that
the
out,
world,
right,
dude.
Q?
Why?
That's awful.
Fuck that. She's calling him mush dick.
Can we do Herd Around the Walter Cooler and forget about that?
Sure. Sure. Anything for you, baby.
And that,
J.C. Flanagan over here.
I gotta say, J.C. Penney, like their Christmas wish book rivaled Sears. Like those were the two when you were young. If you
well, I mean, it's not like I didn't try to fill out a MasterCard or a Visa, but I got turned down.
Right.
JCPenney was the only one who gave me a card. You know,
they're like, you
with
make
my income.
$8,000 a year. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
Would you say that J.C. Penney's was predatory in their dealings with you?
No, I was
Gave him a
grateful.
hat.
I was grateful because I was able to get people Christmas gifts, Easter gifts.
okay.
On people's birthdays, I was able to get stuff. I know when I needed it, like I said, like I needed new clothes, I just run down at JCPenney. I mean, they were my one-stop shop, basically because I couldn't shop anywhere else because I had no money.
There were chunks of toilet paper and shit floating in this trap in my
That
basement.
is so gross.
And this
man.
guy
Did it smell like
put
the high
on
help?
rubber gloves that went to his wrist and just started scooping it out. And I
He's
looked at
used to
him
it.
like he was fucking Superman. I was like, you're doing. And I used to go into flooded basements and wonder
As a
about-
fireman, yeah, let's say you may have had to get your.
Without a doubt, I've been
Your
in raw
nose
sewage, but there's a
in raw
difference
sewage.
between walking into a basement that's just back flooded and being like, "Oh, this is disgusting," and seeing chunks of shit, piss, and like I didn't see that. I would have done it. I would have been like,
You as a fireman, you would have turned and walked away.
I would have made it one of the guys with less time on do it. I would have been like, "Yo,
Are you allowed to do that?
Oh yeah, shit, yeah."
What if you were the guy that wasn't with the guy?
Then I'm going to the basement.
Wow.
I've gone into places I don't want to go because I was a junior guy, but that I would have sent someone else.
That's your job, man. You got what you got to do,
gotta
man.
do
Yeah, you.
It wasn't even.
the
He was my
Roto-Rooter, man.
hero. I tipped him so much money. I was like, you just. I was like, you're a fucking, like, you're an American. You're like, this is fucking, like, you are what makes the world go
This
round.
guy's like, what's wrong with him?
Yeah, like this is
Like he got
he's
scared.
so out of touch now
I'm not
that
out of touch.
he sees somebody like doing something
way.
that like
Doing a normal job.
he's
yeah.
like, holy shit,
Scooping-
you is an American.
Hand scooping shit is not a normal job.
but it's a job that's
Yeah,
done
but you
on a
can
daily
invent
basis.
a tool that helps you out with that. Like, you don't have
Like
to use
what?
your hands. Like get a ladle,
A giant-
and cut fucking and cut
a
like
giant ladle.
cut like holes in it so the fucking shit so the water leaks out and just scoop that. He didn't do that.
He just grabbed with his hands.
He just not barehanded, but he just
It's-
gloved shit.
You know
out.
what? But it's what are you? What do
I'm
you
not
think's
looking
going to
down
happen?
on him.
What do
I
you
think
think's
it's
going to happen
amazing.
though if you had touched shit though? Nothing. It's nothing,
Dude, I've
it's just
done
excrement.
my share of that type of work. I'm just saying, like, I watched it happen and I was blown away. He's my hero, man. It was unbelievable. I can't appreciate that
You can,
fucking guy.
but I think you're laying it on a little too thick.
I'm not.
too thick.
I actually toned it down since that night because I was just walking around like, this guy's fucking unbelievable. Either that or he doesn't care. And then
I think it's more of that.
I didn't like that he tried to pet my cats after that. He took his gloves off and washed his hands, and I was still like, don't pet my cats. Let's just move.
You're
this
not that big a
Yeah,
hero.
let's just move it along. Let's just move this along.
All right. So you want to play? Not play. You want to do?
Yeah, Walter
A little herd around the Walter cooler.
I think I got theme music for this deck, as I recall. So if you could drop that in.
Put in. Oh, while we're very quickly, Walt. A long time ago, speaking of music and all this, we used to attach indie bands, bands that aren't signed or whatever
what happened
from
to that?
listeners. Just stopped doing it, but this week we're restarting. So me and Declan, we're
No,
just.
you have a band, I mean.
Oh no.
As I recall, this was always like the most like frustrating thing because people are like, Brian, who's that band? You're like, I don't know. How can I get that song? I don't know.
Here's okay. We got that figured out though because I said that was a fucking huge pain in the ass. But when the way Declan's going to do it is like the name of the band and the song will come up on your iPod or whatever your device. Yeah?
Really?
Yeah.
That's not
So
going to work 100% of the time. Just looking to get that question.
you think so? I just won't answer it. But anyway, if you want to submit your band or your solo
Project.
song or whatever, send it to Creaky Cares and then a plus sign. Like, like 2 + 2. Creaky Cares, the little plus sign, music at gmail.com. Creaky Cares plus sign, music at at gmail.com.
Sweet.
And make sure you attach a song because half the people forget to attach the song in their fervor. Song and info.
All right. So I think, as I recall last time, I would just give you like
I'm on fire, baby.
three teasers of what the story's about.
Okay.
And you guys would, I guess, feel which one you are most interested in.
Right.
All right. So this one's called A Natural Disaster in Brazil. Alibaba and the $40 million worth of illegal downloads.
Whoa.
And The Fickle Fingers of Fate.
One more time.
The Fickle Fingers of Fate.
Okay.
A Natural Disaster in Brazil. And Alibaba and the $40 million worth of illegal downloads.
I feel like the second one because I can't tell.
The fingers one is so vague, though.
Finger one is vague, and I can't tell if it's like Giselle Bundchen because isn't she Brazilian or like jizz like somebody jizzing on him. Jizzing out.
Jizz is Canada, isn't it? Oh, Brazil?
Jizz? I thought that was Universal.
Yeah.
No. I mean, the story is from Brazil? I don't know why I heard
Yeah, I
that.
said Brazil.
Yeah. A natural disaster in Brazil.
That's what I mean, like Giselle Bundchen or somebody jizzing on Giselle Bundchen.
So that's what you want? The Brazilian disaster?
I don't know.
I like fingers because it's so vague that I want to know what it is.
Okay.
But download affects us.
At the same time, though, you're afraid to. It might suck. And
Yeah.
Well, we'll do them all then.
Well, that's not the spirit of the game.
Well, I'll just touch upon it.
Okay.
All right. Okay, so you want the fingers, Q?
Yeah, hit me
Fickle
with the
fingers.
fingers.
All right.
Finger me well.
Do you remember a couple years ago, Q, we did a story, or we talked about a story about you crowd surfing,
Yeah,
and
Tom
people were
Petty,
sticking
the thumb
fingers,
up my ass.
and
Yeah.
sticking fingers in your shorts,
Yeah.
in your digits, or putting their digits in your hole.
Yep.
Well, art imitates life, or vice versa. There's an Australian rapper named Iggy Azalea. She's a female rapper, and she has pronounced she will no longer crowd surf because her fans keep trying to finger her.
I put this up on Twitter a couple days ago, and I actually made a reference to Q. I said Q could have saved her the time and trouble if she had just asked him.
Now, can you believe that, Q?
Yeah, I believe it.
It's insane.
To be a problem where you're like, I'm just not doing it anymore. How many fucking people? Like, it's amazing that like one person would think to do it.
Like, she gets out there, and immediately, as soon as she gets a little bit away from. Now, I put this to you, Q.
Okay.
We all can say, I think, and since I think I can say it more than you guys can, there's a difference. There's a different audience for a rap show than there is for like more mainstream act like a Beyonce, right?
Yes.
It's a little bit more
Well, they pride themselves on being edgier.
right.
Yeah.
Do you think it's a matter of the audience, or do you think that like Beyonce would crowd surf and people would try to put their fingers in her?
If Beyonce tried to crowd surf over me, I'd try and put my fingers in it.
Somebody-
So
Somebody
definitely.
did try
I'm
to-
not passing up the chance to fucking put my fingers in Beyonce.
Didn't she slap
be
somebody's
absurd.
hand away like somebody tried to grab her ass on stage? Not too
Really?
long ago, within the last couple of months, I think.
Oh, yeah, I think so.
Do you think
I think
that's
it was her.
Do you think that's why Beyonce doesn't crowd surf?
I think it's very wise of her not to crowd surf, yeah.
I think it's just not that kind of music, too.
Yeah, it's not really.
Would have the I know you guys aren't a rock band, but on stage with the Impractical Jokers, have you guys ever tried to crowd surf, like jumped into the crowd?
No. But we don't wear... I think it would be hard to
don't wear
us.
skirts.
Yeah, like, I think you'd have to go through denim.
People would be trying though.
I think somebody would try and
Somebody
figure
definitely would,
figure
like, especially you, because you've talked about it on. They would think it's funny. They're like, as they try, as they break their finger on your ass, as they're shoving it in so hard.
Rupture his fucking anal walls.
I'm going to take back what I said about Beyonce, because God forbid I tried it and Jay-Z was...
I saw you. Who was it? The eye shot and saw that you doing that with your stupid
I don't
grin
wanna
on.
deal with that.
You were like,
Take it back. I would definitely like try and like crowd surf her, like hold her ass as it goes.
you know, when we said that as a joke, I never would have dreamed though that there was artists out there who would have to alter their stage antics
Right.
because of the fans being so crass.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
you know
that's
what?
beyond crass. It's like criminally fucking.
Is that
it's like
better though
criminal
than-
sexual assault?
Is that better than a ripped ticket stub though?
Saying that you got to finger her?
Well, you know, you just that's a memory. That's better than a ticket stub.
I mean,
right?
If you, yeah, I mean, it's not. Look, nobody's going to be impressed with either a ticket stub or I sexually assaulted. You know, some woman as she tried to crowd surf.
Some what?
Some woman as she tried to crowd surf.
Well, I mean, it's like, do you think that the people look at it as not some women? It's almost like they're not real. They're a celebrity. They're almost like they're not
That's
real.
how I look at women. Like they're not real.
I mean, what is the rationale for somebody who's like, as soon as they're above their head, they're trying like
I
lunatics.
can't even fucking figure it out. Like, I could almost understand if it were like a punk show, like a hardcore, like say what was his name, the dude with the shit and piss.
Gigi
Allen, yeah. If it were like that kind of group, that kind of music, like you almost wouldn't be stunned
Well, he would probably be spreading his cheeks
to get people to do it, right? Yeah,
do it.
Yeah, he would jump ass first into the crowd with his cheeks spread. So if a girl did it in that, like that wouldn't really surprise me. But like a rapper,
Does it surprise you about it's Australian though?
Well, the kid. You have to remember, you're talking about kids. Like, I don't think they're adults that are doing that.
No, I think you'd be wrong.
I don't know. I mean, I have met some fucking dumbass adults in my day, but the fact that it's a hip hop show, they were drinking, and she went out into the crowd. I'm not saying,
but
she was
it's not
asking
like it
for
happened
though.
once. It's like, I guess she was like she did
I'm just
it.
tired of it.
Yeah, it's happening so frequently now that
She said she would wear all sorts of layers of clothing, but now she's just like, I just can't do it no more.
Oh my god,
It's unbelievable.
it's fucking.
It's unbelievable that, like, that's the first what pops into people's heads.
Well, it's probably not the majority of people, right?
But you have to figure it's at least a couple people a show like that. Every time she does it. Like, to even say there's one person per show that's like, well, this is acceptable, or like, I'll try to do this.
Oh, there definitely is. Like, what? Of course.
It's
The other one was a natural disaster in Brazil.
Okay.
This is a kind of a sad story. And remember, this is the kind of story, these are the stories that you're supposed to tell in your work environment on break.
Yes, the water cooler.
So that story.
Where are people working where they're like, hey, guess about this rapper chick that got fingered?
You may want to clean that up in the work environment so you don't get in trouble. I don't know how you would, but just, I guess, use your discretion. Don't use the same words we did.
Yeah, if you get fired, it's your own fucking fault.
But in Brazil, a Brazilian teenage boy, 16 years old, he masturbated 42 times 42 times in a row.
Jesus Christ!
To climax, and he died.
He died from it?
He died. And he definitely, the classmate said that he definitely had a problem. He was constantly touching himself in school. He had a room full of pornography, videos of new women on his PC. His mother said that she had hoped to get him to a doctor soon, but it never did happen. And he perished because of multiple masturbation.
What's the science behind
like
that?
That seems like almost like he's mentally ill, though, right? Like,
yeah, somewhere.
Yeah, because after, even the fifth time, it's like, what's coming out? Like, how is it even possible? How is that possible?
I was thinking, I thought possibly that 42. I think someone could be 42 and not die.
That's a lot.
It's over the course of 2-day period, though.
Oh, it's 2 days?
Yeah.
That's still
a lot, yeah.
I don't see how that.
It's like it's less than once an hour, though. I think that could. I think that somebody could handle that without dying.
You would. Yeah, that's odd.
Wow.
Yeah, but he started to masturbate at midnight and spent the whole next night and day compulsively touching himself, and then he was found dead.
Huh. Well, that's possibly the gene pool cleaning itself up, or no?
I don't know. But have you also heard, though, that this is healthy, though, for you, though?
To jerk off constantly?
Well, to come on a consistent. Yeah, it's good for your. You could add years to your life by coming a lot.
Like once a day or something?
Maybe more.
Or at least once a day.
It's like wine. You have a glass a day and you're doing better.
Yeah, so if you have 2 to 3 a day, you could live to be to a ripe old age.
Like 120?
What a life, though.
That'd be sweet.
Just jerking yourself off the whole time. What do you even think of that much?
I don't know.
This dude
it's just
unsatiable.
How old was he? He was in high school, right? Yeah, it's a different world. It's a world I don't remember. I left it behind a long time ago.
This dude, you so bereft of testosterone. This kid just spilling it everywhere.
Right. Yeah. He died from it. He had so much. Asshole.
All right.
Wow.
And what was it? Oh, wait.
The other one.
Yeah,
right?
the download one. This is the one that could affect us.
This one I like. This one was my favorite too. So, in Afghanistan, guys.
Oh, there's the Alibaba reference.
Yes. There's artists out there, music artists, who are claiming that digital piracy is worse than the Taliban.
Digital are these musicians that are?
Yes, these are
Sebastian Bach.
This is a Pashtun music star claims digital piracy worse than the Taliban, and I'm saying, if this doesn't make America wise up, if these people who live with the Taliban are saying it's worse than the Taliban, why are we not taking it as seriously as we should?
We have no reason to second guess his opinion. So,
but
what's his reasoning?
He says that Pashtun Pashto music can no longer be profitable, as the digital piracy has now invaded Pakistan and Afghanistan, and young men are not buying music anymore. They're just taking it.
Right.
No one buys music, and there's
It is worse than horrific human rights.
Yeah. Yeah, like they cut a girl's nose off because she wants to go to school.
Hey, I'm just telling you what the people who live there. You guys who live here can sit there and say that shit,
Sure.
right? But you go live where fucking Peshawar is,
And try and be a musician.
and try to get a hit single.
Yeah. I can see it. I mean, it does make sense.
Sardar Yosafal says that he used to be able to make quite a lucrative livelihood with his hip Pashtun tunes, but now he can't book a date at the CD store. He said that as soon as he starts playing a song, someone records it and then puts it on a digital stick or file, and now he has no livelihood, he has no future, and it's worse than the Taliban, he says.
Wow.
Right. Doesn't the Taliban stone women to death for getting raped?
Yeah, I mean, it's... I'm just going to, judging from what I know,
Right.
what I've read about the Taliban, I'm going to go ahead and say that maybe this guy's a little biased.
The loss of revenue caused by piracy has closed many shops and left others teetering on bankruptcy queue, just like you were
Right.
at 27. And they don't have they're not like you. There's nothing they can do now.
Really, you can come scoop the shit out of my fucking basement if you want.
Which means less investment in new artists, which means less music. That's a crime right there. Less artists, less art.
No, because artists and art don't do it to get rich. Most artists fucking toil away in obscurity.
Oh yeah, you would do Impractical Jokers for free?
I don't consider Impractical Jokers art.
Wow,
no.
that's an indictment on the other tenderloin.
everything
The other three guys are like, what did he say?
Everything's got to be art. I mean,
Well, it is, isn't it?
No.
You wouldn't say it's there's not an art to it? An art to making someone laugh?
You could call it art, and really people couldn't argue with it, right?
I don't consider it art.
Okay.
I think it's fun.
What do you call it?
Well, I just call it a job. But it's fun, but I wouldn't call it art. Art?
What is there? So no television is art?
No, I wouldn't say no like True Detective, to me, that's art.
Mm-hmm. Like Twin Peaks.
You know, you can't
Dead
call it
World.
art because you're too close to it and you don't want to say it.
No, if I thought it was art, I would say it was. I
He's
don't
afraid to say it in front of us.
Right.
I'm not.
Comic book art is art.
Definitely, I consider comic book men high art.
I'll just leave that there.
Why, you don't think so?
It should be playing in a museum 24/7.
I don't know. I would call comic book men art.
Oh,
Sure.
my.
That and Ming's podcast. Everything else.
But what is it going to take for Americans to take this
The downloading thing?
this thing seriously? Before, in Afghanistan they have it, and look what's happened. Now there is no more new music.
That was the only
there is no
good thing in Afghanistan.
incentive. There's no incentive for artists to make new music now.
Unless
It's
they-
dying.
music.
So art is dying because of it now.
Yeah.
That's a cause and effect, Q.
It's a fucking worse than the Taliban, man.
No, you'll
They're
never.
not kidding.
Real musicians don't play for money. They play because they love it.
I love
Well,
that attitude.
the expectation.
So what do
is,
they do
though-
for a living then?
Yeah.
So they've got to.
don't know.
So what's the incentive? Though,
I'm not
to
saying they
create new
shouldn't
music?
make money. They should make money. I'm just saying, like, I wrote for decades before I made a dime off of it because I love writing.
You were ridiculed.
I was ridiculed.
By
Yeah.
who?
His ex-girlfriend. We were talking about it not too long ago.
Yeah.
It was really like I felt bad
I
for
would
him.
like. Can we hear this story?
Yeah,
This
go
is
ahead,
this
tell
is
it.
this is the kind of story that inspires people.
Go ahead, you
The
tell the
boy who wouldn't stop writing,
Yeah.
even though his girlfriend told him to.
Yeah.
He no, this is going back a while. This is 10 years now, maybe a little bit longer or a little bit shorter.
Yeah, about
10
8
years.
Let's say 9 years.
And he called me one day, and he was genuinely upset because the girl he was dating at the time didn't consider what he was doing to be of any merit or substance.
Mm-hmm. So
So when he went over to Sal's and he was like, I'm going to go write, we're coming up with sketches and stuff like that. She would ridicule him and be like, "Oh, you're going over there to play with your boyfriend and like shit like that, but like nasty."
Well, what did she did say like that. Really. She was like,
Can you imagine? I can't imagine. Q, you. What's your comeback to that? Oh, I know, honey. Well, I mean, really, what's your comeback?
I should get a job scooping shit out of people's basements.
It was an unhealthy relationship. It wasn't a healthy relationship. So we would fight. We would fight a lot. So like I would go back at her.
But she accused you of like not working, playing video games instead.
Which we did, but that's part of the process. And she didn't understand that.
Oh,
It is.
That is part of the process.
Dude, I will defend that to the death. It's getting together with Sal. We would get together for like 10 hours.
All right.
And like to come up with ideas to sit and to like do it. Like we would get there, we'd play games, we'd hang out, we'd write, we'd take a break, we'd get something to eat. Like it was just that process. And it's paid off. So it's like,
yeah, we used to go to Chili's all the time.
Yeah, you and I used to do it all
we
the
go to
time.
Chili's all the time. Yeah, but it was just like so.
She said a
so
specific
nasty.
thing that pissed us off. I remember you got angry at it.
Yeah, I can't remember what it was now though.
But she was really, really dismissive of it.
Can you make the argument that everybody needs that one person in their life to motivate them when they're feeling like maybe I should give this up, and then you hear someone go like, "Yeah, you should give it up because you suck."
Might have been nice for her to go. Well, no, don't give it up. Keep going.
But if everybody told you that though, maybe some people need that motivation to be like, "I'm going to stick it to them. I'm going to stick it to them. I'm going to show them."
Yeah, like you do it out of like spite.
Yeah, that can motivate people more than a pat on the back.
Yeah.
It probably shouldn't be your girlfriend.
Yeah, I did break up with her soon after that.
Yeah.
Is this the girl with the Joker? I mean, the Joker statue?
No,
It's a different girl.
That was a different girl. Yeah,
this Q you see before you now.
she was really hot.
Forged in hate.
Yeah, of course, dude. I'm like Sauron. I've dated some
Who
real
the fuck is Sauron?
Lord of the Rings. He's the fucking bad guy that forged the ring.
Your girlfriend was right.
Yeah, fucking gay boy.
Dweeb.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
At this point, I don't care what anyone calls me. I don't give a shit. I have a house.
She would have never agreed it was art.
Do you think, though, that she was judging, which a lot of people do, is art judged by what other people will pay for it, though?
Yeah.
If it's
that's very interesting. Well, my answer to that is I thought what we were doing back then, I would say that was art. That was
more art than what you're doing
passion. That was us doing it because we loved it, because we had a specific style of humor that we wanted to present to people. We wanted, what you said, make people laugh through that.
Right.
Like now, I love the show. It's funny, but it's just like there's this cooks in the soup. You know what I mean? And you're pleasing advertisers, and you got to please the network. And you
cooks in the soup. You mean there's too many cooks in the kitchen? You mean
right? Okay. Cooks making that soup. It's a little different now. Like now, we have to write jokes to not offend people. We have to write jokes.
There's an art to that too.
Wow,
there is an art to still be
skill
funny.
To that.
Skill.
I don't know about the art, right?
Have you gotten rejected? Have you had stuff rejected? Like it's too offensive?
Oh my God, yeah. Today I had to fight tooth and nail for a sketch idea, and I won, but it was with the caveat that I err on the side of caution. But it was a thing.
Who was against you? The other three?
No. I came up with an idea for a sketch
network
the other day, and we presented it to the network. We knew that they were going to think it was because it deals with race, and we knew because we're four white guys, and my argument was like, it's time to.
I'll do it in blackface. No one will know.
No, but I was like, look, it's time to point out that we're fucking four white guys. Like nobody. Like we've sort of skated on that. Like nobody's ever been like, hey, why don't you have black? Why don't you have any black? Why isn't there a black guy? Why isn't there a woman?
You're lucky,
right? Like what you guys kind of deal with. So to me, I was just like, let's point out that we're four middle-class, middle-aged white guys.
Privileged.
Right. And I don't want to say what the sketch is about, but I'll tell you guys off the air. But the network at first, to their credit, they put their trust and faith in us. But that's what I'm saying. Like back in the day, I would just be like, write it up and we'd go and shoot it. And like to me, and we're not getting paid for it. You know what I mean?
You answer to no one.
Answer to no one. Maybe 1,000 people see it if you're lucky, but you do it anyway because you love it. You know what I mean?
Right.
So to me, that's a little bit more pure.
That's more art though than what you're doing
I think
now.
so.
You think so? Why though?
Because isn't art about like shouldn't it come from a place within you, or is it like shouldn't art be about expressing a certain thing? You know?
Well, here you go. Let's take somebody like, say, Alex Ross, right? Dude,
Sure.
Awesome painter. This is a guy who makes a ton of money for his work. But even if he didn't submit it to comic books, does he seem like the kind of guy to you? He would paint anyway. He would paint because he likes to do it, because there's something in him.
You don't know.
Just like you. But you would draw regardless if, you used to draw all the time, regardless if you got paid for it or not. Because you just liked it.
Well, I'm not saying that commercial success immediately means that something's not art. I think intention. I don't know. I don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm an asshole. Like I don't. I'm just a guy from Staten Island, so I don't really. I'm just talking about my interpretation of it. Was it probably is something, because even a lot of modern art, you look at it and you're like, what the fuck is this shit? But it's just like,
all right. But to get back to the story, though, the Pashtun music industry is almost extinct. It's on the verge of extinction. Do you not feel that there's something should be done?
I think that the people who still love to make music, they should just love to make music. And
Or do they have record companies there? It's like one of those things you never think of, like in
something
Pakistan.
should be done. The problem is not that he wants to get paid for his music. The problem is that he's comparing it to being worse than the fucking Taliban. Like, that's the issue here, not the fucking, not whether they get paid.
I was waiting for, I wanted to see a little bit more of the
I'll cut some of that out so we look a lot more advanced than we are. About 40 minutes later.
That's why I grabbed the story.
And women have rights. Why can't it be both?
But I think it goes to show you when it affects you, then something becomes a lot worse than it is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, definitely.
When it affects you directly, then you become a little bit more outraged at the world and at the actions of the digital thieves and
right.
And
I don't know. I seem to see constantly people getting worked up over shit that doesn't affect them directly. Like constantly, there's always somebody mad about something.
People are going to be mad about this story.
The Taliban.
No, about like how, like let's say this, because I've come out on this cause, right? Mm-hmm. What about this theory? Let's say the entertainment industry hears this podcast and is like, you know what, we want to get this guy, and I become sort of like the unofficial Charlton Heston of the, how he was the spokesman for the NRA,
for the NRA, right?
And I became like kind of a spokesman, and I became like the voice for stopping online piracy.
Right.
How quickly?
Love that.
How quick? Like there's like I'm at like luncheons and like engagements, and like they got footage of me on their, like they get leaked to the online, like of me going, the only good pirate is a dead pirate. Like I'm rallying people. Like we got to go after these fucking motherfuckers.
Pirates being 13-year-old kids.
How quickly is the kibosh put on that by people around me? If I was like Sally Struthers, fucking adamant military.
Oh, okay.
How much are you getting paid?
I don't care. It's not about payment. It's not about payment for me. It's about about taking up the cause I believe in.
That's what he believes in.
I'm like, those songs, that Sarah McLachlan song that comes on for the fucking dogs?
Yeah.
I got a song like that. I get the fucking English couple from England who you were talking about. I get them to write a song, and we play like fucking businessmen who fucking are getting foreclosed on in their houses.
Pashto over in Pakistan.
Music executives who can't pay, who lose their $1 million houses, like footage. And I'm sitting, I got a sad song, and I'm going, we got to stop this. How quickly would like AMC be like, you got to fucking stop? Because it's politically incorrect.
Really in your contract that you can't do that.
Why? Why can't I take up a cause? If I was trying to save like
because you're
like,
a brand
like
now,
trees
man. You're
or
part
something.
Of a brand.
I don't know though. I mean, because AMC, you would imagine they're against piracy.
Right? But they don't want it. But you do. I think it's politically incorrect for artists and these big companies to make too big of a fuss over it.
Yeah, like people started to hate Metallica for it when they came out, which I sort of understood because
some of
the shit they said.
You don't think somebody would be like, pull me aside and be like, you got to stop this?
Oh, I know for a fact they would. Yeah.
Why though? Why?
They definitely, because they don't want it. They're like, look, you guys have your silly little show. Fucking, we're not looking to change lives, change the world. Just fucking Brian, make fun of Ming. Walt, say something to
Why
Brian.
though? Why? Why would it? Why is that a firebomb? Why is that like? Why is that like something like we don't really want to talk about it?
Probably because there's too many people out there that, especially, again, like I sound like such an old fuck with this generation, that are like, I'm entitled to it.
Oh, okay. That's what I wanted to hear. I wanted to hear someone else admit to it too. Q's not saying anything, though, right?
I'm on the other side of it.
What's the other? Well, okay, let's hear
To
why.
me, like when I was a kid, like we copied CDs, we copied tapes. Like now,
Right, but at a much a different level of what's going on in today's world.
But I did it.
You weren't putting a Pashtun artist on the street.
No, but
when
I
you were
did it.
copying the latest
But I did it,
Pashtun
and I guarantee that
tune.
Metallica
You and
fucking
Sal, what?
I did it, and I guarantee Metallica did it too as kids.
Right, but that's at a different level if
No,
you
but
share
that's not-
between friends.
that's different,
It
though.
stops at a certain. That fucking seed stops with like the fourth or fifth person. And the friend gives it to a friend who gives it to a friend, and
Right.
eventually it stops.
But the intent of everybody downloading that music is still the same intent as me getting a copy of your CD or me making you a copy of something.
Intent is bullshit, though.
Theoretically, it's the same, but yeah, I mean, it's true. It's like, whereas, like, okay, I buy the album, I make a copy for Walt, Walt makes a copy for
Sure.
you. You
It
make a
probably
copy for
dies
Sal.
right there.
Yeah, after a certain number of generations, it's like, what band is this? I can't even fucking hear the music.
Believe me, I get that. I do get that, but it's just like it's just the ability for more people to do what you've done. Like that's like being like, no more immigrants, close the borders. Like we have it. It's just like you did it. It's just like just because a lot more people could do it now doesn't make it fucking more wrong. Like you did it. You didn't pay for that music. You singularly did not pay for that music. So it's just like, what right does the fucking guy to sit there and be like, all these 13-year-old kids who are copying and download this music, they don't have the right to do what I did just because there's more of them doing it. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. If Metallica never did it, if he could sit here and be like, I never did it, I never made a mixtape, I never copied something, then I would be like, you know what? Go ahead. But if he did it, then just shut up and let the next generation do it too. Because they do it better. It's like, fuck off.
I always thought that that musicians didn't make that much from CD sales anyway. I thought all their money was made on tours. Yeah, so really it would affect the record companies more than. Oh, I'm sure somebody like Metallica has a better deal.
Same
than-
record companies that charge.
Well, I'm not just talking about music,
$25 for a
though.
CD.
We're talking about all forms of online piracy.
Like you said, Game of Thrones. Like that was
Yeah,
the high.
TV.
most
What
highly-
about the comics people who are losing the comic book sales because of people are downloading comics illegally?
Are they
It's
really?
not just music.
Sure.
Where do you do that?
No, it's all over the internet.
Is it really?
It's
I wouldn't
so
know where to get a
prevalent.
comic.
It's so prevalent.
I tell
Really?
you what, like I don't.
Not Cryptozoic. Man.
I
Oh
buy
yeah,
a
it's
lot.
guaranteed. It's up there.
Oh my god.
Yeah, sure. It's almost definitely up there. Yeah, I mean, I
I know how
look,
Pashto feels.
Q.
I still pay for comics. Like
Right,
I would never.
but it's hurting every industry
Right.
when you illegally take something. You have to agree.
Without a doubt, I'm not saying it's right. I was talking to Metallica and why people didn't like it or why they came off looking wrong. I agree.
But how
100%.
are they? Oh, I hate
because
that
it was
it's wrong.
Because it was so. I think it was because it was so
came off looking
aggressive.
like assholes.
Yeah,
Why,
it was.
though?
It was the way they did it.
Why, who cares how you do it, man?
I fucking
it's like
care.
you don't walk in. If you walked into fucking Jackson Music across the street and stole the Metallica CD, you can't do it. Just because you can do it in another form, take that same CD,
Yeah, but that's what I'm
doesn't
saying.
mean it's.
But I did it my entire life, and so I'd wager did Metallica. I've taken copies of CDs from people. Mosier gave me a fucking copy of the new Beastie Boy album.
Wait, what?
When fucking back in '97, he was like, "It's fucking awesome. Take a listen." He burned me a copy. It's just like I've done it. It's just like. There's no way that musicians never fucking copied a song and gave it to their friends. They did it. That's what to me came off so fucking arrogant. It's just like that's like to me. It's just like you just come off like a dickhead. You do. That's how I feel. They're well within their rights. They should do it. I'm sure they lost a lot of money and they want that money back. But what are you going to do? I got tons of people that download Impractical Jokers on that thing.
I don't think it affects your bottom line, no.
Sure
How?
it does.
How does it affect your salary?
If
They're-
they
is that-
bought the DVD,
When they bring in negotiations for your new contract, do they bring in like, well, due to illegal downloads, Q, we can't afford to give you
No,
this
but
5% you're looking
but it's
for.
the same. It's the same model. It's just like when they sell DVDs.
The
DVD
Pakistan
sets-
jokers are like, forget it. No more jokes for anyone.
like the DVD, the first season
Yes.
on DVD.
Yeah.
It sold well, so they're doing the second
What about
season.
that bonus pod we're supposed to do for that?
People keep asking. I was going to ask you about
We
that
need to
today.
do that real soon.
Yeah, I'll pick someone this week.
What do you mean pick someone?
One of the jokers?
No, didn't we have to?
No, we have to do a pod.
Oh, I thought we were giving away something too. Yeah, okay, we'll do that.
Yeah.
We'll do that. But like, people downloaded it. People
Right.
download a lot. There's no reason to buy the DVD if you download it.
Right.
So it's just like, well, one, I'm not getting money off the sales of those DVDs. Two, if enough people had downloaded and didn't buy the DVD, they wouldn't have done season 2, and I wouldn't have got that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's money. That's absolutely money. And
Right.
plus, they're not watching
But,
it on TV.
okay, so, but let's
now,
say
instead
they
of
came
watching
in.
it on TV,
Let's
they're downloading
say-
it, which doesn't count towards ratings, which means my ratings are lower. That does hurt negotiation.
Negotiations, they came in and they actually threw on the table, due to illegal downloads
Right.
and lost money by the network, we cannot meet this. You have to. We took it in the ass. Now you got to take it in the
Sure.
ass. Does that change your feelings then?
No, it doesn't change my feelings then. It doesn't change my feelings then at all.
Would you agree that they were with the network was within their rights to say to use that as an excuse to not pay you as much?
Yes, absolutely.
Really?
Absolutely.
And they haven't done that yet?
Oh, I don't think so. I would be like, fuck you. You guys figure that shit out. Like, what does that have
But
to do with me?
They would say, look, the show, due to all these factors, I doubt they're resting it all on illegal piracy, but it's just like, due to factors, it's just like, when they made it the third season of In-Betweeners, they took a pay cut to make it, because the network was like, we just can't make it for this money. I'm paying you guys this.
Because people are downloading? Or just...
Did they use illegal downloads as the reason they...
No, they didn't, but it's just like, that's what I'm saying. Like, you're just talking about a brick in the wall of like, they could come to us anytime and be like, hey, we got to give you less money.
But if they use that as the excuse, I'm saying, which they probably will never.
They never would, but
But if they did, you'd have to step back and go like, fuck.
yeah, but it already affected us in terms of DVD sales. And in
You know
terms
that
of-
for a fact?
Sure.
How do you
of course.
know?
Because you could go on. So many people download it. They're like, I don't watch it on TV. I download it. I hear that all the time.
DVR
People say that
or
to us.
download it?
Download. Hear it all the time.
People say that to us, but it's because they don't offer DVDs. So there's people in England, Australia, like a couple different countries that are like, they don't have it here. What am I supposed to tell them?
Right.
Like, you know.
So my answer all the time is just like, do you got
A lot of artists won't even come out and talk about it, though, right?
No, I guess not.
Why do you think? They don't want the backlash,
Because
right?
they don't look like dickheads for saying, don't download my shit. People are going to do it anyway, so there's no point in me raging about it or even counting any fucking money about it.
Would, though.
How long has he got to try to get you to do it?
I don't care. It's something I don't care about. I wish people wouldn't download comics. I do, because it's already a struggling industry. You know.
What about movies? Like, what about like the new Spider-Man? You know, it's out there for people to watch. Do you care about that?
I don't fucking, especially not about Spider-Man.
All right,
I
well,
would
Captain
rather people
America.
download it than don't pay for it.
Is it making so much money it doesn't matter?
Yeah.
Is it like that?
I believe so.
It's sad though, like that. You just have to throw your arms up at times. It's like squatters. You just throw, like, if we can't get them out, there's nothing we can do.
Yeah.
That's Pam and Edgar.
Just got to cave in.
But it just doesn't. If I was passionate about it, if I felt differently, I would act differently. But I just don't care. Like, it just doesn't matter to me. It's not giving up. I just never cared to begin with. So.
But it's one of those things that, like, again, it's a different generation that does that. It's like to say, like, I've never downloaded anything for free. Online would be a lie,
Right.
Or at a discounted rate from certain Russian websites.
Mm-hmm.
A couple times, but then it's like, fuck it, go to iTunes. But even iTunes, it's like the compression that they use and all that shit. It's like it doesn't sound as good. So kind of fucked. What do you think of the? Did you see what's his name created that that music player? I can't remember his name right now.
What does the music player do?
He did the he did the, not the GoFundMe, Kickstarter thing or whatever, and Neil Young invented the. It's like an iPod, except it has the it's the FLAC format rather than MP3.
Okay.
So, and it has a little card thing on the side. I don't think it's out yet, but it's like has a little SD card thing. So basically you can carry your entire library on SD cards. If, like, let's say you have a 128 gig iPod, but you got, the FLAC is so much bigger. It's like 3 times the size of an MP3. Mm-hmm. So instead of trying to have everything on your flash drive or whatever on the iPod, you have your little SD card library.
Right.
Which sounds like a pain in the ass to me.
It does.
But then you have better files or better sounding music or whatever.
Wouldn't even notice the difference anyway.
Nah, probably not. Unless you have headphones on and you're listening to stuff like...
But even then, I think most people don't care.
Yeah.
Because a good song sounds the same coming out of a shitty one speaker in a backyard barbecue as it does. You know what I mean? It's a great song. It's a great song. That being said, most of my songs are on FLAC.
Are they?
Lossless, yeah.
Oh, it's because you have the you don't have an Apple.
Yeah.
Somebody sent this to me today. This is interesting. It's a Jamaican club. It's called the Daggering Dance. Have you ever heard of
Oh,
this?
Troy sent this to me. Is that who he's
Yes.
talking about? Yeah.
Look at this, Walt. This is wrestling. Wrestling announcers behind the dancing.
Why does he have a power tool?
It's bizarre, isn't it? He has a drill in his hand. So that's basically it's these guys who are violent, like pretending to violently have sex with girls, and girls pretending to violently have sex with guys, and like it gets to a point where like they just start diving all over each other, like. And I read an attached article with the walker.
He pushed her down.
He pushed her down. Like, this is a club.
I mean, how's that a dance? They're just
I
pretending.
don't know what is going on here. I mean, have you ever seen anything like it? It's two skinny guys and no less than 25 heavy-set black women, two skinny black guys. It's in Jamaica. It's called the Daggering Dance, and they say that like basically it doesn't look like dancing, but the dance is to mime sex, but like incredibly violently,
acrobatic.
Yeah, and they said there's been a rash of broken penises.
Oh, so they're erect?
I guess so. I mean, I guess so, because, I mean, you can't bust your cock any other way.
Yeah.
No, not with a mush stick.
Yeah. Hey, what? So, yeah, I read the article, and that's what they said, that there's a wave of penis fractures because of the daggering dance. So, next time you're out up into Club Q,
Yeah. As I walk around.
steer clear of that.
I don't know if I can. I
particular
love
dance.
dancing to the newest crazes, and if that's it, I'm just going to have to dagger.
Yeah, I know. There's not much you can do.
No.
You have something about ladies, Q?
I do.
You want to talk about it?
Before you start, though, I had a long-time listener submit a name for your new feature.
Okay.
And I think it's pretty good.
What do you got?
It's called Q's Broad Thoughts.
Well, I like it, but the term broad
Kinda goes
I
against
think is against
But that's
it.
good, though, right? Because it's broad, like you're thinking outside.
All right, I like it.
And that's, you know where that comes from?
What is that?
Get him, Steve Dave.
Yeah, no, well, now I got to call it broad.
Get him,
thoughts.
Steve Dave sent that in to me, and I was like, I love that. And I will see if Q loves it.
I do.
Can we
because
call it
it's-
Q's Broad Thoughts?
We can, but I want to be clear. I'm not calling women broads.
He's so
It's like
scared.
but like,
PC.
No,
You know?
no. This is what they want. Well,
I know.
this is what they want.
But like,
This is what they want.
I know you're going to come with something that's legitimate. I hope.
Yeah.
So you don't have to worry about the name.
No, I just want to be very clear.
And plus, you fucking got all that good fucking. You built up all that good fucking karma about the downloads. You fucking.
Just in this
Fucking-
episode alone, jerk off.
If,
you ever hear
if there
of,
was a version of a pussy whipped fucking legal downloader, I'd be looking right at it.
Q, there's a really rich guy. His name is Dmitry Marchesny,
Okay.
and he has quite a few polarizing views.
Okay, go ahead. Is this the rancher? Did you hear about this Texas rancher?
No, it's not
Polarizing
that
views
guy.
opposed to what?
It used to only be women, but now it's he said that, or he said now that homosexual relationships are never based on love,
No.
never involve fidelity, and gay people are incapable of love.
Who's this, a rancher?
No, it's not a rancher. No, it's this guy from Greece, I think. And he hates women in trousers so much that he published a book called Women in Trousers, a rear view. And the book included photographs of women in the street wearing trousers taken from behind and how unflattering they look.
What's trousers? Was it like not jeans?
Pants, just pants.
Yeah,
Would jeans be trousers?
I don't think so. I mean, I think loosely, but usually it's like khakis.
It's like business casual.
Yeah.
Pants.
So,
but I thought they made like women's cut business suits.
Well, I think this guy's
this is
crazy,
the guy,
Walt.
yeah.
I don't think he's coming from a real
he says
place.
there is no such thing as fidelity in homosexual relationships. They all just go out looking for action.
Wow. How'd you feel about the LA Clippers situation?
Oh, Donald Sterling?
Yeah.
It's one of those things where I'm like, so many people have talked about this already that,
You don't
like,
even
well, what are you
I
going to
just thought
add?
you're part black. You'd
Honestly, I have to say, like somebody asked the other day if people would boycott. And this is before, this is when just the first wave of comments came out, and I said no. I said I don't think they would. I said I don't even think black people will, because was I ever wrong? I mean, I was wrong in a big fucking way. Because it just seemed to me, I'm looking at this guy and I'm like, well, who takes him seriously? He's a fucking 80-year-old billionaire white dude who had like a history of this kind of shit. So,
but what do you mean take them seriously? I mean, those are the people that you have to take seriously.
But at the same time, like, here's my question. If I know how much you love devil's advocate. Let me do it for a second. One, the guy has a half black, half Mexican girlfriend.
Yes, I thought he was married.
He is married.
Oh,
but the woman, this is his girlfriend, his side hoe,
right?
Ratchet hoe.
His ratchet hoe. So right there, it's just like, well, what are you talking about, dude? Like
So
he's a racist, but
that doesn't mean that he can't still say some repugnant things.
He said some repugnant stuff. I don't understand what why he said it. Like, there's a guy who has an entire team full of black guys. He said that he just didn't want her in pictures and not to bring them to games. I just don't like. To me, I'm like,
I probably haven't seen. Have you read?
Yeah.
Every bit of it?
Pretty much.
You've read everything on the story there is to know? So,
I've read quite a bit,
So you have no context to why he said it?
Well, she put a picture of her and Magic Johnson up on Instagram.
Yeah. That's. Oh, he didn't say it out of nowhere. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm wondering why he said it. What's the big deal?
He's a rich old racist.
But he was smart enough not to say shit in public, right?
He didn't say it in public, and he also didn't use any real graphic language. The feeling that I got the feeling that I got from what he said was, I guess he has friends, other rich white friends, that are like, hey, what's up with your girlfriend, man? Why is she always hanging out with Magic Johnson? Why is she bringing black guys to games? Maybe they're needling him, is your girlfriend fucking these guys? Breaking his balls almost. That's why else would they say it?
Right.
What difference does it make why he said it? Why do you need to know? But why do you need to know why he said it?
I'm just curious.
But that doesn't make it. If he found out that was the reason, does it make a difference?
No, of course not. But I'm still curious. And I also want to know,
I don't want to hear anything this fuck has to say anymore.
Really? I want to know, why. Oh God, look at this guy, man. He wants more emails talking about how he's covered in honey. I honestly and I'm not. I swear, I'm not. I don't understand. Why can't he not like black people without being punished for it on a personal level? You know what I mean? Of course it's shitty. Of course it's repugnant. Of course he's an asshole. Of course, if I found out he died tonight, I'd be like, all right, whatever. That's cool. But why isn't he?
Care if he died either way.
Yeah, but why isn't he allowed to have those feelings without somebody saying you have to sell your team? You have to your entire life's work now needs to be dismantled because you said some shit that
right.
You thought you were saying to your girlfriend in private. I mean, what a fucking piece of shit she is too, huh? Fucking gold digger.
She's horrible.
Got a Ferrari and
but she knew he was married and she was fucking him anyway, so she's a horrible, she's horrible anyway.
Yeah. If she's horrible, he's horrible.
Why?
The whole situation's horrible.
Why is she horrible?
Because she's fucking a married dude.
She's fucking a married dude.
That ain't right.
She's taking gifts. She's recording the guy. And then she says she didn't leak it.
Right.
Yeah, she said she didn't like it, but then who the fuck did? if
Why is she
didn't?
recording him?
Why is she recording him at
I'm
all?
surprised that those are the issues that you guys are hung up on. I mean, those issues I would think don't mean it.
I'm not hung up on him. Everything else
what are we
is.
going to do? Talk about how racism is repugnant? It's a given that we feel that way. It's just we could just say that and move on, or we could delve a little deeper into it and be like, "What the fuck is going on here?"
Yeah, I honestly don't understand why he's not allowed to like black people. I mean, people could be like, "Well, fuck him then. I don't want to deal with him on a business level. I don't want to deal with him on a personal level." But to be punished for something that you said that really is like that's just his opinion.
Because it's against the law, though.
It's not racism. Is
He has
against
to
the law.
act on it,
Yeah,
not to feel that way.
What's
he
that?
was acting on it. He was.
How so?
He was telling don't bring people to the game that I don't like.
That's not against the law. That's not against the law. What's against the law is the shit he used to do, or at least was allegedly did, which was he made all his money in real estate, so he had all these apartment complexes, and he wouldn't rent to black people, wouldn't rent to Hispanic people, that kind of thing. So that's that is against the law. But to just be like, I don't like, I don't like. I don't like black people, and I don't want you bringing them to the games. To me, if let's say Edgar said to Pam, like, "Hey, I don't like black people. Don't bring them to the cover dish supper at church next week."
Right.
It's like that's not against the law. Like, should he be
But
punished for that?
Would you disown him as your father?
If he said that,
Yeah.
I mean, he said way worse shit to me on a personal level. I still haven't disowned him.
I don't know. I just think that
I'm not defending him. I'm
Right.
definitely
I know you're
not.
not.
But I just don't understand
I
how
think
people can
that
be punished
in this
for that
day
kind
and
of
age,
stuff.
I think that any reason you can get to remove a person like that from from a league that is watched by millions of kids.
You should
You take take your
Right.
shot and get rid of his ass.
That's right.
Yeah.
I agree with that. That's right.
But even if it's
Well, what are you
He's a
gonna do?
hard. This may not. He's got a fucking litany of reasons that he should be removed.
sure, yeah. I
So-
mean, it's like a person who does something and gets off on a technicality, but they've done a bunch of other shit. So if they go to jail for something they shouldn't have gone
Right.
to, it's like you don't care. And yeah, this guy has a fucking history of shit that is scummy, and that's why nobody would defend him except for fucking Larry Elder, evidently. Well.
Uh-oh.
African American radio host Larry Elder, who actually blames Magic Johnson for blowing the whole thing out of proportion. He was on Fox 11 in L.A. and defended the disgraced Clippers owner,
Obviously,
saying,
he can get some ink and he can get some FaceTime by being opposed to it. This is a way for him to just get some media.
"What good
coverage.
does it do him? He looks like a traitor. Looks like an Uncle Tom."
Oh, we got an Uncle Tom on our hands.
Yeah, it looks that way. Magic Johnson could have taken this whole thing to a nice high level and could have said, "I don't care what Donald Sterling says."
What did Magic
Instead,
Johnson say?
I don't know. Well, I think he was like Magic Johnson spoke out against him, and he could have been like, "Who the fuck cares what this guy says?" But yeah, why should Magic do that?
Well, I read an article that said he bought the Clippers all those years ago for $12 million, and now he'll be forced to sell it for
Like for $500 million.
$500 million. So it's like, what a punishment.
The worst thing Sterling said was, "Don't bring your black friends to the games. The black friends can go, just don't let them sit next to you. If Magic wants to go, don't have them sit next to you." And for
so
that,
weird.
he loses the team. Yeah, it really
Magic Johnson's
is.
a basketball legend, isn't he? Like, why wouldn't he be allowed at basketball games? That's so odd.
Yeah, it's not
Makes
like,
no
hey,
sense.
that guy that just got out on parole that you've been hanging out with, like,
Right.
don't bring him to the game.
Really bizarre.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's just like there's such weird contradictions with this guy and his girlfriend and what he says and the way it's just really bizarre.
Broad thoughts.
Broad thoughts. Again, it's about opening your mind, not about broads.
Broadening your mind.
Yes. Right. Not calling women's broad. I want you to broaden your
I
mind.
thought that was cute from
It's
Gideon.
great. He did great. Why didn't he email
He's
me?
amazing.
Because I got him. I told him I needed help with the bicentennial battle, and for some reason he sent me that. It had nothing to do with the bicentennial battle, but
So this is what's going on. The next time that you want to attack poor Brian Johnson for saying something off color,
Stupid.
perhaps. Not even stupid, but his own opinion about things, or the next time you want to claim to be a feminist, maybe don't harass a fucking third-tier podcast about it with your energy. Maybe instead do a call to arms about things that really matter.
This is what they could focus on, you're saying.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Maybe put us like third in queue.
Yeah.
Not at the top of your list with a bullet.
Right.
Something like that.
Take a comedy podcast dead seriously for every single thing they say.
That's right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I probably, if you're a true feminist, you're probably all over this. I'm preaching to the choir with that. You're not wasting your time with stupid nonsense like chiding Brian Johnson about stupid bullshit, which means nothing. You're not an armchair feminist. So obviously I'm not speaking to you. This is to the males in our audience who may want to broaden their minds a little bit about what's, some women's rights. Have you heard of a Hobby Lobby?
Hobby Lobby.
Hobby Lobby is a store.
I have.
You have?
Yeah. It's right. There's one North Jersey, South Plainfield. It's closed on Sundays, and I was shocked by that because I was going to take my kids into it. And I was like, what store of this size closes on Sunday? So they must have some very right-wing religious beliefs.
Well, in the next month, they're going to the United States Supreme Court, Walter. Their argument is that they should not have to give women the coverage to cover birth control and any abortion procedures and stuff like that. The company is saying that they refuse to offer certain medical rights to women, based on.
Have you heard of Hobby Lobby before this?
No.
It's huge. It's a big store too. I've never seen it anywhere else, but it's right across the street from a Red Robin that we go to.
Well, they're saying that if they offer these women help with contraceptives or with abortions, that they are basically putting an undue burden on their religious exercises. So they're saying they're using religion and to make decisions about women who work for them can and cannot do.
Huh. This is not something new. This has happened before, right?
I'm assuming so. But
Hobby Lobby.
Hobby Lobby.
Tell him, Steve Dave.
No, hey.
So they want.
This isn't what it not turned out what you hope it was going to be. Well,
they want a special. They want the Supreme Court to give them a special exception when it comes to providing certain types of medical insurance. Because they
for religious shit.
They disagree with any of their female employees' right to do with their body as they see fit. Now, a lot of these women that work for Hobby Lobby, I'm assuming, need their jobs. They might not be in a position to speak out about it or to act upon their feelings about it. But I know, that there are feminists out there who might be about to tweet to Brian Johnson about something. You might want to instead maybe put your attention to that because that doesn't seem right.
How about just that? When anybody says anything or anybody gets on you online, you have a 2-word response.
Like Hobby Lobby,
Hobby
motherfucker.
Lobby.
Hobby Lobby.
And that's it.
Yeah. Wait, how am I defending myself? Just
if anybody gets on you about
I'm like,
stupid, you tweet it.
Okay, yeah.
Like, and if people get on you for no matter what it may be, your answer now can universal answer Hobby Lobby.
Hashtag Hobby Lobby.
There you go.
All right, that's what I'm going to use in the thank you queue.
There you go.
Thank you.
Isn't it weird though? Because couldn't they just make the argument? I was thinking about this, and I was like, couldn't they make the argument that by paying the women money
they could use for an abortion?
That they could use for an abortion? Like it's just weird that they're just take it to that level, that they're drilling down that much. It's a serious. I feel like somebody's got to maybe stand up for these women, and I know this. And apparently, there's plenty of women who listen to our show that
even though they would never admit to it.
What?
These lurkers you're talking about. Somehow they hate me, but somehow they always know what we're talking about.
That's right. They're out there.
Yeah.
Here's something for you guys to bite on. I'll be back next week with another one.
No. Next week's Bicentennial Battle.
Oh, all right.
You ain't gonna have time for this.
This nonsense.
Bullshit. not that that's bullshit. I mean, this really brought it down. I think it was going to be
Hobby
more
Lobby.
serious.
Just say Hobby Lobby.
I didn't think you were going to actually bring a fucking real, vital, and legitimate issue.
Why would you think that I would do that?
Because kind of.
Because we're just a comedy show that's just joking around having a good time.
You wouldn't do that on IJ.
Well, no. You're right. But that's because IJ isn't art, whereas Tell Him Steve Dave is art.
Nice.
No, that's a good one. The initial,
That's the first
the
one.
initial
Taking it
feature
seriously.
of Q's Broad Thoughts
Right.
are super serious,
They're going to continue to be, Walter.
super
Well, I don't want to be as frivolous and as silly as the people who attack Brian over nonsense.
Yeah. Basically, it's like he's developed this entire thing, so I could be like, "Hey, they're worse than me. Pay attention to that."
Not even worse than me, worse than you. I'm trying to look out for you.
Tell him, Steve Dave.
Little darling, now you alone, looking for someone you can take home. Reaching your purse, pull out the phone. Behind closed doors, you'll stop and groan. I said, hey, Hollywood girl, are you alone? Looking for someone you can take home.
This has been a production of Smodco Internet Radio. Sir, only at smodcast.com.